Hello, hello. What's going on, guys? You guys can see my screen and hear me? Just type in the chat. What's going on, Tristan? How you doing, Ginger? See you, Sean, Tanuj, Coleman, Joseph. What's going on, Gerv, Harmon, Ricky? Let's go, Ilya. Let's go, El Professor. I can't say your real name, so I'm gonna call you El Professor. Joseph, BB Fit. I see you guys. All right, let's go. Obviously, another very bullish day in the markets. We got a pretty good start to the week, I'd say. We'll start with SPY. We hit another all-time high today. Every day just seems to be all-time highs these days. So what we're watching now is, obviously we're at all-time highs. There's nothing to be bearish about here. Like I said, we're still in the channel that we've been watching for so long. Let me zoom out on this. What's going on? Yeah, so this is the only channel that we're watching right now in SPY. Whoops. Whatever. That works too. So we're just watching very straightforward channel, nothing to be worried about. And as last Friday goes, we bounced right off support. We're making our way forward. We're above all the moving averages. All the moving averages are bullish. We're in a bullish trend. What's going on, Christian? How you doing, Rishi? What's up, Navaj? Arthur? See a lot of new people in here. So a very clear channel, like I said, bounced off support again. We're just watching it. It's right in the middle. So in a channel, I usually watch two things. I'll watch the support and resistance, and then there's always a midline that you have to watch. So as you see, a lot of times it rejects off the midline. That's kind of crooked, but whatever. You guys know what I mean. Right there. So we're just watching like the midline, the support and resistance, the top and the bottom of the channel. Right now we're right in the middle. There's no resistance here. We're at all-time highs, like I told you. There's very little volume up here, as is always the case at all-time highs. There's no supply overhead is what I'm trying to say. So it's very easy for stocks at all-time highs to move higher. So that's why it's very hard to short these kinds of names. So let's get rid of these lines and we will go to the pre-market highs and lows. So every day, like I told you guys, you're very well aware, you should be drawing these lines every single day on pre-market highs and lows. So in the morning, obviously we had this big dump off, but then look, we recovered right back into the range, came back down again, came back into the range, and then the flush out. So usually when these kind of things happen, they're flushing out people's stops. Because what people do is, you see this 200-day moving average, this dark blue line right here. So most people, they see where SPY flushed to in the morning, they'll set their stop right under this, right? So what the market loves to do is, they can see your orders for your stop losses. So what the market will do is usually they'll flush out your stop and then they'll rip it back above. So that's exactly what happened today. Look at this V-shaped recovery. Not only did we gain back all of what we lost, we closed exactly where we opened this morning. I think we opened at, let's just switch that. But yeah, you see how we got over the pre-market high and then after markets we came back down. All I wanted to show you here is we opened today at 427.17 and we closed today at 427.48. So we had a grand total move of 31 cents today, despite all that chop. So that's basically all. That's what I've been saying. Sell the rips, buy the dips. That's it. Because the market is not really going anywhere. It's just a lot of fluff right now. What was strong today is tech. QQQs again, just ripping. Look at this all day. No dip in sight. Usually what was happening in the last few days, like I pointed out, was when QQQ goes overbought, then XLF goes oversold, and vice versa. But today, tech just took over. Whoops. Hold on. Yeah, so tech just took over today. Really showed its strength today, which is why I entered Amazon Lottos at the end there. I tried to give you guys a couple of minutes. I really wanted to take it at 359, but you guys would have complained that I took them right at market close. So I took them at like 358, 357. Took 35.50 calls. Why did I take them? I'll go over Amazon chart next. But today, QQQ really showed its strength. Up 1.21% today, whereas SPY was only up 0.20% today. And XLF was up. XLF was actually down 0.76. So really, today, SPY was being held up by tech sector. XLF was kind of weak. Let's see if we get a gap and go tomorrow because we are right at the 50-day moving average. 50-day moving average on XLF, which is financials, at 36.93. We're sitting at 36.65. And if we get through 36.93, the 50-day, it should have a little pop, which should pay us on our calls. Let's see if we get it tomorrow morning on a gap up. Other than that, there's nothing really to watch on XLF other than all-time highs. We got the 36.93 50-day moving average, and then all-time highs at 38.60. That's all you need to be watching on financials. Amazon held up beautifully today. One reason I took Amazon today was I was looking at this weekly chart over the weekend. Look at this. This is just a beautiful bull flag. It's like begging to break out. It's just been consolidating for over a year. This is still consolidation, even though we had that huge run. Now we had that 1 week of consolidation, which was last week, and now it looks ready to go again. Let's see if we can get a move this week. If not, and also at the end of the day, we got a lot of volume today in Amazon, a lot of buyers, and we closed near the high of the day. Also, the Facebook antitrust news is really good for Amazon. If they come out and they say the antitrust news is not a big deal for Amazon, this one will pop just like Facebook did today. You guys all seen Facebook today. Just went crazy. Look at this. This is when the news came out that the antitrust was not happening. Straight up for 45 minutes all the way, and it joined the $1 trillion company. It joined Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon as the only $1 trillion companies in the market. Look at this big green candle up 4.20% today. Had that tight range I was telling you guys about, broke out, completely missed my own call out because I'm watching way too many names, and just ripped today. So let's see if we can get the same news for Amazon. And I expect a very similar type of move. Amazon is the best big tech, in my opinion, to buy right now. BNGO, so what I was watching in this one, genomics names, obviously. If it came back down and tested this trend line, I was watching for that. So you see this beautiful bull flag that's forming on BNGO. We broke out, but we didn't have any follow through today. So what I was watching for is if it came back down on this trend line, retested, I would buy some. So that's all we're waiting for on BNGO. You can draw the same trend line. You can wait with me. JD, big nothing, not really doing much today. I mean, China went last week, so it's not a big deal that it didn't do anything today. The levels that we need to hold right now, I wanted to hold $76. If JD holds $76, the next up move goes straight to 80. And then after 80 is 86, 88, like I told you guys last week. So it looks completely fine. I mean, reduced bear volume after a huge bull volume day. We had a 4.45% up move on Friday and only a 1.42% move downwards today. So we're still looking solid. Chart looks great. It might need to form a little cup and handle here before it goes to the next level. By that I mean right there. Just change the color for you guys. Yeah, so might need to form a little handle here before taking out this resistance. If it forms a handle here and it stays above this $76 level, this thing's gonna fly. Like, it's absolutely gonna burst, and I think it will. So let's see what happens with JD. CMLF, solid day, closed above the first resistance. Look at that last hour candle, super bullish. That's a hammer candle. Everyone was buying the dip there. We still have 3 weeks on our options, I believe. July 16th is 3 weeks away. Look at the nice bull volume here. Nice bull volume here. So we need some more low volume consolidation, and we need, next level is 1468. So just keep an eye on the CMLF. You guys seen it. It does nothing, and then all of a sudden it just pops like 5%. So let's see if we can get a little bit of follow through tomorrow. I do expect this one to be over 15 by the time our contracts expire, but obviously anything is possible. I'm still holding every single contract that I bought, and I even added that 0.3, I think, last week or something. I called it in the group. GRWG, I mentioned it like 8 times since yesterday. It was just beautiful. I sent this chart last week, and then I initially missed this breakout right here, but look at this day today. 11.54% follow through. This is what you want to see, and this is exactly why I took that store. Let me show you this store. So you see it's just clear breakout, big bull volume, 12% day. All weed stocks look great. And this is why I took STRO. Brought to my attention by that Torja from the Discord. Look at this. It's the exact same pattern as GRWG. Look at that big volume. And we're above the 50-day. The 50-day is at 1928. And yeah, today we were over that. I think we closed. Oh, we closed at 1926. So we closed 2 cents under that moving average. I don't really like that. But look at this. No one was selling. This was just a consolidation day. It's just a rest. I expect it this week. I expect it to break this trend line and have a very similar move to GRWG. Obviously, it's a little less thin, but yeah, look at this. Look at this move through this trend line. Look how similar these charts are. This one and this one. Do you guys see any difference? If anything, STRO had longer to consolidate. So that's what I'm watching for STRO. Let's see if we get the follow through. We have a big volume shelf up here at 2184. But if we get up to 2184, I can get out of my options for probably 100% plus. So that's what I'm watching for on STRO. Same type of move as GRWG. BYND was another one I sent this morning on top watch. Look, I had an alert set, everything. We had this beautiful bull flag, and then we opened today, and we got nice volume, nice follow through, up 5% for the day. Just chilling in this one. Looks completely fine. There's not much volume shelves up here, so it should move more easily up. Carson, I'll do Nokia for you. Nokia looks completely fine to me. We had that huge pop with 6% day on Friday. Today we're down only 0.9%. Smaller volume than what we got on Friday. Looks completely fine. We have till August on our calls. I think we'll be fine. PSFE, another one. It's kind of bummer today. We opened up higher. I thought we would just keep running because it was mentioned so much. Pulled back, tested the 50-day moving average, which is this light blue line right here. Closed above it. Everything looks fine. Tomorrow, let's see if we can get a gap and go, because this one is talked about a lot on Wall Street Bets, and you've seen how they can squeeze stocks. So just keep an eye on it. Looks fine for me right now. Win looks great. If we get rotation back into... I don't want to do that. If we get rotation back into reopening plays like Win, LVS, the airlines, Airbnb... This is a solid support. Tomorrow, if we get a bullish candle, I will enter Win. I'll take a little longer term contracts just in case rotation takes longer. But this is just a beautiful setup. Like, it's a very solid support here at around 120-ish area. So tomorrow, if we get some buyers that step in, and also the RSI is getting low there. Even on the daily, it's getting low. So let's check out the 4-hour real quick. Yeah, as you see here, the RSI is getting oversold on the 4-hour. So this is one of my favorite setups. Why is it one of my favorite setups? It's because we're oversold. We have a clear pattern we're playing. Tomorrow, if we see buying volume and Win, I will definitely jump in this play. So just keep an eye out for Win. Tilray is just the weed stocks, bro. Like, you've seen the GRWG, 12% day. Tilray looked solid intraday. Look, it was running intraday. Yeah, so this is where I got in, like around here somewhere. Look at this massive run, and then when it consolidated, it wasn't very much volume. Look at the size of the buying volume here, and look at the size of the selling volume. Like, there's nothing there. This is just consolidation. We got way overbought on the daily, or on the 15-minute. Everything looks fine on Tilray as well. All the weed stocks, they changed their trends. What do I mean by change their trends? They put in a lower low. They put in a high, this one wasn't, so they put in that, they put in a higher low, then they put in a higher high, then they put in another higher low, and now another higher high. So the hourly trend is changed now on Tilray. The 4-hour is in the process of changing, so 4-hour trend changes over $20. So this one has a long time to go. I had these arrows drawn from last week, remember? So we're just going to go up, we're going to set a higher low, and then a higher high. And we have time on those options. I think I took July 16th. Yeah, I gave it 3 weeks, I think. And the reason I gave it 3 weeks is just because we might need to cool off a little bit and then go higher. But I do think they changed the trend on all these weed names. It's just for you to pick your horse, and whichever company you like, whichever weed company you like, just pick that one and go with it. Like, you got ACB, you got CGC, you got SNDL, Tilray, GRWG. You can play the whole marijuana sector as an ETF. It's just up to you, whatever you guys like. And I played Tilray many times before, so I was comfortable playing it. I played that one. When we went over FSR, another winning trade. Sold these ones for 150% today. This was an absolutely beautiful setup. All electric vehicle companies were strong today. You see this beautiful bull flag, very clear to see. Clear breakout. As you guys notice, like, the more you watch my charting sessions, the more you'll see the same patterns come up. Look at this FSR and look at this BYND. Like, what's the difference, right? Look at this, what was it? What was it? I forget what other two, but there was two exactly. GRWG and STRO, exact same charts. Tilray, FSR, FSR and BYND, exact same charts, so you'll see. Yeah, Tilray, when it moves, it can squeeze. It has I think it has the biggest short interest as well. That's why I picked Tilray. So FSR, great winner for us. Great follow through. Electric vehicle strong again today. Options went in the money with a week to go still. So I took them off myself personally just because the daily is getting a little overbought. But I mean, it could still go. So what do I mean by electric vehicle strong? Check out this NIO, man. NIO 9.6% day, insanity. So yesterday, Stonktions was saying that NIO looked bearish, I think he said. But the reason I said it looked bullish to me is, let me just get rid of these. This is what I drew out and gave to him yesterday. And we got some follow through for sure. You see that? Look at that. Right, clear wedge breakout. Look at the size of the volume. Followed through everything. Closed almost at the high of the day. NIO looks great for continuation. Space held up very well. Look at the buyers buying the dip. For how overbought it is, this kind of candle is super, super bullish. So we did close below 55. I wanted to close above 55, but if you look, it's just consolidating. You see how it's just cooling off? If you look at only a daily, you'll see that it's overbought and you'll think it's going down. So obviously it needs to consolidate. Moving averages need to catch up, but it matters how it does it. So if you look at the 4 hour, you see the RSI is cooling off without the price dropping too much. You see the 1 hour, RSI is cooling off, stochastic's cooling off, and the price is just going sideways. This is super, super bullish. I'd rather it go sideways and then up than down and up, but at the same time, we do have to cool off. It might take a few days for this one to pop, but for right now, it looks super bullish. And another thing I told you guys, I want the volume to be decreasing on consolidation. Look how the volume's going down. So space still looks great. There's no reason to sell my last little position I have. I am still holding that. Wish, we got that 15 break. Market makers really trying to hold this one down because look at this. Now they have a bunch of supply here, but it's over 15. Look at this. This is nothing. There's no volume here. There's no sellers. There's a little bit of sellers until 1536-ish, which is this volume shelf. So once we get over 1540, that's the new level, is 1540. Right about here. So we have to watch that 1540, but everything looks great. I sent some fundamentals in this one too. It's not just a meme stock. So if you guys missed it in the public chat today, Shopify does 13, or no, I'll just pull up the market caps right now because I forgot off the top of my head. But anyways, Shopify, you guys all know Shop. It has 3.8 billion in sales a year, and their market cap is 185 billion. Okay, 3.8 billion in sales, and the market cap is 131 billion. So on Wish, you have 2 billion in sales, which is more than half of what Shopify has, and their market cap is $8 billion. The side indicator is called VPVR. It's a visible range. It's right here, VPVR, number of rows. It's in the right here, indicators, and then it's called right here. You just type in visible range, and it'll show up. And then it's different. And so that's what I'm saying on the fundamentals. It's not just a meme stock. It's a great company. They're making a lot of money, and they're just being crushed because China was being crushed. But now you guys see JD and Baba and them, they're all going. So people are getting back into Chinese stocks, right? So once Chinese stocks get flow, they all get flow. That's what you'll notice. A lot of these sectors move together. Just like I was talking about the weed sector earlier. Just pick your horse and go with it. That's why China's the same way. Once Chinese stocks get going, they all go. It's just up to you to pick which one you like the best and which one you want to get into. So obviously, look at this. They do move slow. Some move better than others. PDD obviously down 2% today, whereas you have Baba, which was up Baba was up 0.04% today. Okay? And then you have JD down 1.42%. So they do move similarly, but not exactly the same, obviously. Just pick your horse and go with it. Airbnb, we jumped in calls today. Why did I jump in calls? Because we're right under the 50-day moving average. If you look at the hourly here, every time, I think I've nailed Airbnb like 3 or 4 times this month. So there's just a resistance line, just consolidates under the resistance line, clear break, easy buy, easy sell. Another resistance line, clear buy, clear break, clear sell. Then it just had this huge dump here, 3.68%. I have no idea, it's probably on news or something. But even if you look at it, it's forming the exact same pattern here. So there's another clear resistance line. It broke through, and now I'm expecting a lot of follow through from Airbnb. Why am I expecting a lot of follow through from Airbnb? Because today we bought the 160 calls for next week. So when you buy a call option, there's a thing called time value in that call option. So even if, let's say Airbnb was at $150 and we bought $160 calls for next week, if it goes the whole day and stays at $150, the time value of that contract gets shot. So your price should go down on that contract. But what happened today is, even though it stayed right at 150 all day, it was just like up and down 15-20 cents all day, right? So I think today is the 28th, right? Yeah, today's the 28th. We opened today at 149 exactly. We closed today at 149.93. So less than $1 move all day, and our contracts didn't get punished at all. So that's why when you see these kinds of things on premium especially, that means the market maker expects the stock to go up. He's scared that the stock's going to go up. That's why he doesn't take any value out of the contracts, because he doesn't want people getting in cheaper. So just keep an eye on that for premium. Other than that, let's see if we get another bullish day tomorrow. I believe Tuesdays were weak the last 4 weeks. I could be wrong. Just look into that tonight. That's your homework. You got to see the patterns. Oh yeah, they're 3 weeks out. But the thing is, when you have a contract and it doesn't move all day, when you buy options contracts, that tells you that you expect the price to steadily rise all the way into expiration. So if it goes a day or two and it doesn't move, the time value comes out. You'll notice this as you start trading more and more. But today, when it held steady all day, no matter the dips or the rips, that tells me that it's going to go up. So let's see what happens. The next resistance on Airbnb is 151.91, whereas a 50-day moving average. So if we get through this 50-day moving average, we could pop. As you see this, the volume shelf right here as well is around 154. So if we get through the moving average of 151.91, the next level is 154, and then above that is pretty thin air. Like, it'll move pretty easily up here. So let's see where we open up tomorrow. Let's see if we get another gap up. You guys just take a look if you see the pattern that's happening. I think I remember that it's Mondays rippers, Tuesdays it dips, and then Wednesdays it goes again. And also June ends on Wednesday, so keep an eye on those monthly candles. They're going to be important on Wednesday. But yeah, thank you guys for attending. Yeah, you got right here. What is going on here? Nothing much on the monthly candle. Yeah, we'll see if we close. If we get a little bit more follow through up here, close around 154ish. That'll be very, very bullish on Airbnb, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Thank you guys for attending. I will see you tomorrow.